Rick and Morty isn't just a cartoon about a drunk scientist and his grandson. It's a mirror, a reflection of something darker, funnier, and far more human. Because behind the chaos, the lasers, and the portal guns, lies a quiet, terrifying question. What if life has no meaning at all? And that question, the heartbeat of Rick and Morty, is exactly what the French philosopher Albert Camus spent his life exploring. Camus called it the absurd, the clash between our desperate search for meaning and a universe that offers none. Today on Alteria, we're diving into how Rick and Morty secretly captures the entire philosophy of absurdism, and how Camus might have actually approved of Rick Sanchez.
Wubba lubba dub dub! Ricky ticky taffy, bitch! And that's the way.
You probably know this as Rick's nonsense catchphrase, but in bird person's language, it means, "I am in great pain. Please help me." Behind every joke, Rick hides a constant existential crisis. He's the smartest man in the multiverse, a literal god among mortals. And yet, he's miserable, alcoholic, depressed, suicidal. Why? Because his genius only makes the absurd clearer. He knows that even infinite universes can't give him meaning. He can build any machine, clone any version of himself, and still, the void stares back. Camus would have smiled at that. He wrote, "The absurd is born from the confrontation between human need and the unreasonable silence of the world." Rick lives that silence every time he burps through another meaningless adventure. Camus once asked, "If life is meaningless, why not just end it?" But his answer wasn't despair, it was rebellion. "The only way to deal with an unfree world," he said, "is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion." Camus' hero, Sisyphus, rolls a boulder uphill forever, knowing it will always fall back down. He knows it's pointless, and yet he keeps going. That's absurdism, and that's Rick. He's Sisyphus with a portal gun. Each episode, he wakes up, builds something insane, saves or destroys the universe, and ends up right back where he started. Hungover, cynical, and alive. The cycle never ends, and that's the point. But not everyone in the show lives like Rick, Morty, Summer, and even Jerry. They represent something Camus would have called the revolt of the everyday. Morty doesn't have Rick's intellect, but he has something Rick lacks: compassion. He cares, he loves, he gets hurt. And in those small acts, he finds meaning. The show tells us, you don't need a grand cosmic purpose to live a meaningful life. You just need connection. When Rick laughs with Morty, spends time with his family, or even lets himself feel a little bit of love, that's his brief escape from the absurd. Because in Camus' world, meaning isn't discovered. It's created, moment by moment, choice by choice. Many viewers say Rick and Morty is nihilistic, but that's a mistake. Camus rejected nihilism, and so does the show. Rick doesn't say, "Nothing matters, so why care?" He says, "Nothing matters, so I decide what does." It's subtle, but it's everything. That's the rebellion Camus talked about. To live, to laugh, to love, even when the universe is indifferent. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of, Camus wrote. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. So what happens when you finally accept that truth, that the universe doesn't care? Maybe you start to laugh. That's why Rick and Morty is funny. It's not escapism, it's survival. The show mocks the chaos because it knows we can't escape it. Every dark joke, every twisted ending, every time Rick destroys a timeline, it's a reminder that our search for control is just another cosmic joke. And the punchline is us. Camus ends The Myth of Sisyphus with a strange line. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. It sounds impossible, but that's the essence of absurdism. We find joy not by escaping meaninglessness, but by dancing in it. That's why, even after everything, Rick keeps living. Because maybe the point isn't to find a purpose. Maybe the point is to keep going anyway. So next time you watch Rick and Morty, don't just see chaos, see Camus. See a man who laughs at the void and invites you to do the same. If the universe refuses to give you meaning, make your own. This was the philosophy of absurdism in Rick and Morty. Subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy, film, and the strange beauty of being alive.